We have good Democratic presidential candidates. But there are differences between us, and you need to know what your choices are on the differences between us. For example, I believe we need to get all of our combat troops out of Iraq. I don't believe we should continue combat missions in Iraq. Senator Clinton has a different view. She says that she will keep combat troops stationed in Iraq over the long term, and that she will continue combat missions in Iraq. Now, for me, continuing combat missions is continuing the war. And I believe we need to bring the war to an end. So we have a difference about this. She's entitled to her opinion. We just have a different view about this. And you need to be aware of the choices that you have on it. The second issue is Iran. On that issue, there was a very important vote that took place on the floor of the United States Senate about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And the vote was on this. It was on whether to declare the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, which is a state militia inside Iran, whether to declare them a terrorist organization. Now, Senator Clinton voted yes. So she voted to declare the Iranian Revolutionary Guard a terrorist organization. My view about that is that's giving George Bush the first step on the authority to move on Iran. And I do not believe that we can do that. Now, and I also worry, by the way, that, so 6 months from now, if George Bush invades Iran, are we going to hear, well, if only I'd known then what I know now, right? I mean, how long does it take to learn a lesson? I mean, I've learned my lesson the hard way. You cannot give this guy an inch, not an inch. And then about a week or so ago, there was a story in the New York Times talking about why Senator Clinton voted this way, because I think some people were surprised by it. And her advisor said that she voted yes because she was moving from primary mode to general election mode. Primary mode versus general election mode? How about tell the truth mode? How about we say the same thing in the primary that we say in the general election? We need to tell America the truth. I mean, we need to be saying, we've been through now 7 years of listening to George Bush. The American people have lost their faith in the ability of the president to just be honest with them. And we need to be honest. We need to say the same thing, not say something different in the primary than we would say in the general election. If you believe something, you believe it. You ought to stand behind it. And everybody who's running has a right to their opinion. And you just need to be aware of what your choices are. It's pretty much that simple.